Hey buddy, what's up? Ultramag64 here! Today is Saturday, which means it's time for another Saturday Night Card Fight! The conversational podcast thing that I'm not really sure is a podcast, just me talking a lot about random things in my life and other stuff. So anyway guys, if you're new to the show, which you probably are because this is the second episode, then welcome to the quote-unquote podcast where I talk about random things that may or may not pertain to my channel, most likely not. Alright, so first off, what I want to talk about first is my birthday. If you didn't know, my birthday was the Sunday last week? 23rd of February, something like that. But anyway, I got a ton of stuff, mostly money, which I then spent on other things. So what I bought with, most of my money was I bought old games and stuff. I think I talked about this last podcast, which I might have. But most of them were just come in the mail. I actually just got Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers for my NES, which is going to be fun. I'm going to play the poo out of that game. The thing is, this game, is really good. I got it off Amazon, and it's really good conditioning. Not so much the sleeve, because the sleeve's a little dented on the, bottom. But the cartridge and artwork itself on the cart actually looks really good. And today I actually just found out that my Donkey Kong Country, which I also ordered, is coming today, so that's gonna be fun. And I ordered some custom boxes to keep them in because I ain't got no dust covers for them. The only one I got a dust cover for is Donkey Kong Country and Chip 'n Dale. And I got a few others that I just am like, well, I'm gonna put these in paper bags, or plastic bags, not paper bags. That's a terrible idea. Who does that? But anyway, I put them in plastic bags because I was like, I don't want to get the dust in them, but I don't have anything to put them in right now. So I'm gonna put them in the dust cover. Yeah, temporary. So anyway, that's what happened with that. But anyway, also what I bought is I bought a Retron 5. Now, if you don't know what a Retron 5 is, I don't blame you because it's kind of a niche little retro gaming console. But basically what it is, it's like 8 gaming consoles in one. It has all your Game Boys, it has all the NES, the Famicom, the Super Famicom, the SNES, the Genesis, just all these crazy consoles, and I can't wait to play it because I've ordered it. It's like $100, and so it's gonna be really cool to play it. It goes through HDMI, so I can finally play on my HD TV, which I can't do on anything else because it doesn't actually have component cables that I can find. But anyway, it's just going to be so fun. I'm going to pop a picture of it up on your screens if you're watching the gameplay. If you're not, then don't worry about it. It's a gaming console you can look up yourself on Amazon. So anyway, let me talk about something that I've been having a little trouble with. If you've been on my channel, if you're a loyal subscriber, then you know that I do content just about every day. If I don't do content every day, there's something going on. And so what's happened is this past week, nothing's been uploaded pretty much. My thoughts on the latest episode of My Little Pony. Hang on, I'm going to take a drink real quick. That's some good OJ. But anyway, the episode of My Little Pony I haven't uploaded. I haven't uploaded a Starbound in forever. And the reason for that is mostly technical difficulties. And that mostly pertains to my software that I record games with. I think with the latest episode of Starbound, what I did is I recorded an entire episode. It recorded fine. And then when I went in to edit it and stuff, the file was corrupt. And so I was like, well, there's 20 minutes of my life gone. Huzzah! And so that's why I was like, okay, I need to fine-tune this to make it work. And so that's what happened with Starbound this week. And then another thing was, I actually had an unboxing planned for a certain day. And yeah, let's talk about that. So if you guys don't know, I usually record unboxings with my tablet because it's got a camera on it. It's pretty good. It shoots 1080p. So I don't really ask much of my cameras and stuff because, I don't do many unboxings. And when I do, I usually, don't do anything fancy with them. I just get myself a, light box and record me unboxing it and stuff and put my voice over it. And so what happened was my tablet's kind of a piece of junk. I'm not gonna lie. I got the Asus Transformer Infinity. And if you know anything about Asus, they make great hardware. Software, not so much. And so what's happened is the tablet's so poorly optimized and software is just horrible on that thing that it's actually slowed down considerably. Now, I can do a certain amount of things, like I could root it and then run a custom ROM, or I could cold boot it. I'm probably speaking a different language to most of you people out there, but I can do that. However, I lose all my data and stuff on it, and I've got some sensitive stuff that I really would rather not lose. And so I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place, which I'll get to in another topic in a sec. But basically, what happened was I recorded a little bit of it. My tablet crashed. Like, literally, it was freaking out. I was like, great, this is fantastic. I just lost a $800 tablet, somewhere around that ballpark. And it's fine now, but it was just freaking out on me. And so what I had to do was I had to grab a relative's camera. And their camera's way better than anything I've got. It shoots amazing. I love that thing. And I did the entire unboxing. Everything was done. The entire thing was shot. I was like, all right, we're doing this. And unfortunately, since it's a camera that I've never dealt with before, and I've only dealt with the digital SLR D40, I think, if my photography days remember. But anyway, so what I did was there's a little question mark button. I was like, okay, because when I put it originally in the SD card, when I put it in my computer, it didn't show up as a video file. Like, I was trying to find it, and I was like, where the heck is this file? Maybe I can find the file name on the SD card so I can, find it on the computer. And so I popped the thing back into the camera, hit the little question mark button, and I guess because I'm a dumb and didn't read the description of the pop-up that happened, I thought it was, like, giving me options and stuff, and it actually was saying delete file. And I was like, oops! Because I noticed it after, like, 5 seconds. I was like, oh, dang it, no. And because unboxings are so, like, it's one shot or not. I mean, I put the thing, like, what happened was I got about halfway through the unboxing when my tablet crashed. And so I had to put everything back in the box, which was fine, but I recorded the entire unboxing process on that second run. And so everything was done. Like, there was stuff I couldn't put back into packaging because it's like, well, darn it. And so I just abandoned it. I was like, okay, I'm not recording this a third time. I'm sorry. So that's what happened with that. And by the time I was done with it, honestly, there wasn't enough time for me to record anything else. So I was like, well, I guess no content's going up today. So yeah, I know that I don't usually talk about channel stuff on this thing. This is usually just a channel-free thing, but that was just a frustration I've been having, and I know a lot of people have been like, where's the content? And I'm sorry. Alright, so on the line of my tablet being poo, I've been looking at getting a new tablet, and a new tablet's not exactly a cheap thing to get. And before you ask, no, I will never, ever, 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 ever buy an iPad. Ever. I don't care how amazing the iPad is. I will never buy it. And there is one reason why. Because the basic stuff that I like to do on a tablet can't be done on an iPad. And I say that, and I mean, like, the iPad's a fine thing if that's what you like. But for me, I'm an Android dude. I love my Android devices because they offer so much more freedom, in my honest opinion, than an iPad. I've owned an iPad. I actually still have my iPad, and I still hate it. I mean, it still works, but I still hate it. So anyway, the tablets I've been looking at are the Sony Xperia. I think that's what it's called. Xperia Z or something like that. I think that's actually a phone. I'm getting my phones and stuff mixed up. But pretty much what I've been looking at is either the Google Nexus 10, which has been discontinued from Google Store, which makes me think, okay, they're making a new one. And the Nexus 10 is not cheap. Like, that thing is really expensive, but it works. Like, people still have their Nexus 10s from launch, and it still runs like a dream. But then I looked at the 2013 Nexus 7, which actually has better processing and does things differently than, the previous generations and stuff. So I'm like, well, I kind of want that one because that one seems more future-proof. And so it's just a little bit of an ordeal trying for me to get into it and be like, okay, this is the tablet I want. Because I wouldn't mind having a 7-inch tablet. I've got a 10-inch tablet right here. And I wouldn't mind having a 7-inch because it's more portable. But by the same token, I really do kind of like that 10-inch tablet thing. Now, I could get a Samsung tablet, but I've got a Samsung phone, and honestly, the thing I would do with that tablet is I would root it with CyanogenMod, and then just be like, yeah, okay, we're good now. So, I don't know. I'm looking still, but Samsung tablets are a little expensive, so I don't know. If you do have a, suggestion for a good tablet, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. I'm kind of looking for one with a decent shooter on the back, but we'll keep looking. But anyway, on to Google experiences. I recently got the Google Now launcher. And if you don't know what a launcher is, basically think of it as a home screen kind of thing. It's hard to explain. I know a lot of people probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But basically what the Google launcher is it's Google's default launcher for their new phone, the Nexus 5. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to say anywhere you are. Like if you're on their home screen and you're like, you know what, I really want to Google this thing. And you just hold it, you just turn on your phone, you hold it up and say, okay, Google, what's the weather gonna be like today? And Google will be like, okay, here you go. Whereas previously, you had to hit the little microphone button and then say, what's the weather gonna be like today? And then they do it. Now, Google Now runs in the background constantly. And the thing flies! Like, I've got it on my phone. Excuse me. I've got it on my phone right now. And the thing just blazes past everything. Like, my phone feels like it's on fire. It's so fast. And this was a phone that was made, like, this is the Galaxy S3. Nexus 3, not a real phone. This is the Galaxy S3. And so it's a pretty old phone in phone standards, But it still runs good because I rooted it and put CyanogenMod on it, like I said. And, so the thing runs Jelly Bean. And Jelly Bean is one of the, in my opinion, really good because it's lightweight on the RAM side of things. It doesn't take a lot of processing. It's really, really good. I really like it. But I was running the stock KitKat launcher on it, which is okay, but it didn't really do anything customizable wise. I was just like, okay, I can put my widgets on here and stuff, okay. But then with the Google Now launcher, I mean, granted I lose one screen to Google Now, but that's fine because I've got Google Now everywhere I go. So if I want to do a quick weather check, I don't have to go into the app anymore. I can just swipe to the side and see, okay, here's the weather for this week. All right, good, walking out. So that to me is one of the best launchers ever. I have Nova Launcher on my tablet. Most of you Android users probably know what I'm talking about, because most of you probably do have Nova Launcher or Apex Launcher. Apex Launcher. Good gosh, I can't speak. But to most of you, I'm probably speaking a different language. But anyway, like I said, just if you do have a phone running KitKat, I would suggest going out and checking out the Google Now launcher. At least giving it a try. It's free, so I mean, you're not you're paying anything for it. So again, if your phone's compatible, go ahead and give it a try. So another topic I wanted to get on, and this is just kind of an out of the blue thing, but recently we've been getting a lot of My Little Pony plushies and stuff. The ones from Fourth Dimension and the ones from I think another one that makes spaghetti hair kind of plushies that are sold at Walmart and that are sold at Walmart. Good lord. But anyway, what I was thinking was recently I found the site that sells these things called Squishables. And they're really huge puffball plushies. They've got all kinds of animals. They got Catbug, they got a fox, they got a Shiba Inu, they got this little skeleton dude. And I was thinking, you know what, Hasbro? What if you partnered with these guys and made My Little Pony plushies, Squishables? I almost said plushies. But Squishables. How much do you think those would sell? I know I'd buy one, especially if it's darn adorable, because then I could just be like, I got a Squishable I can use as a pillow, because that's what I'd use those things for. I'd buy it, throw my pillow out a window, and use that thing as a pillow, because it's so darn fluffy. I'll show some pictures up on the screen right here, and they're big, and I just was I want you. I know I would lose all manly points, which, good luck with those. I've lost them many, many years ago. But I could just, hold this little Shiba Inu. It'd be awesome. So yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. If they did make My Little Pony Squishables, would you buy them? Just food for thought. Speaking on, products and stuff, there was an actual, at the toy fair thing, at a toy convention thing, I don't remember what it's called, but there's this thing called the Life game, and it was My Little Ponyified. That's not a word. Try again. Ponified version of the game called Life. And it was really cool. Like, I don't play Life. I don't even know how you play Life. I've never had the experience of playing Life, but that one actually got me interested in it, because I was like, huh, you know, that's kind of cool. I might have to buy that. Because I've played Monopoly and stuff, and I've played, you know, Risk and some other games, and I mean, I like board games every now and then. They don't hook me like, say, some hardcore board game players get hooked, but, you know, the game of Life, cool, I'll play it. But anyway, it turns out it was actually canceled, and the figures that you got were Derpy, Dr. Hooves, Twilight, and I think DJ Pawn 3. But anyway, I am not sure why they canceled it. I doubt it had anything to do with Derpy. Let's all get that out of the way right now. I don't think it had anything to do with Derpy. I think maybe they just were like, you know what, do we really need it? Another Life game on the shelves when we got Monopoly and all that junk? Nah, probably not. I don't even know if Hasbro makes Monopoly. Pretty sure they do, though. But anyway, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like that was geared more towards bronies because of the characters. And maybe they said, maybe some analysts were like, no, the market's too limited. We can't sell this thing. It's not going to sell well. And, you know, then you look at the Funko figurines and then you all cry. Because those things sell like hotcakes. Look at the Trixie and Twilight pre-orders. Those things are selling really well. So here's on another potential thing that's happening, apparently, is Minecraft is being made into a movie. And this actually pertains to my channel! Strangely enough, Minecraft is being made apparently into a movie by Warner Brothers, supposedly by the same guy who did the Lego movie. Now, everything is apparently still in early planning stages and no one knows anything. But I don't know. I went and watched the Lego movie, and I liked what I saw. Honestly, it was really cool because it showed that, you know, adults still play with toys. For first off, that just proves my existence is okay in the grand scheme of things. But I don't know. I'd like to see it because, in my opinion, the Lego movie was really well done. It had a really unique animation style, well written, had really interesting plots and stuff, and twists, and other things that, you know, were really good. And I loved the song, Everything is Awesome. I mean, who doesn't love that song? Everything is awesome, right? So yeah, I think that it's an interesting venture, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But for right now, I'm just like, okay. If it's good, I'll go watch it. Don't know what else to say. So speaking of gaming and Minecrafting and all that good stuff, what have I been playing on my off time when I'm not recording things? Well, if you must know, intrepid viewer, I've been playing Tales of Symphonia. Now, if you don't know what Tales of Symphonia is, it was an old GameCube game back in the day. And my friend actually played it. I think I mentioned him last time on podcast, which was, he was my friend for 8 years. And I took about 2 years off, went and visited, I think we went and visited him once in that 2 years. And he was playing Tales of Symphonia on his GameCube, along with Beautiful Joe and other cool games. And honestly, I never, knew what that game was. I looked at the box art, I was like, oh, Tales of Symphonia. Huh, kind of cool looking. But I never got into the Tales series until Tales of Graces F. And then I was like, holy cow, what have I been missing? And so, pretty much what I did was I went out, bought the collector's edition of Tales of Symphonia's collection, and playing through Tales of Symphonia, and oh my gosh, the memories that flow through me when I play that game. I mean, the graphics are horrible. The textures are bad. You can tell it's a GameCube game. But I love that about it. The thing about me is, I still think Nintendo 64 games, for the most part, look pretty darn good. I know that's weird to say, but I've never been one to care about graphics, honestly. A game can look like N64, and I'm fine with it. And honestly, the Tales of Symphonia series just looks so good, in my opinion, that I love playing the game because it brings back all those good memories of GameCube. I know the GameCube didn't sell well in its heyday, but you know what? Honestly, I had the most memorable experiences with my GameCube, and I feel like it was one of my favorite consoles ever. I mean, it goes up there with my SNES and my GBA. But anyway, also I've been playing Bravely Default, which is another JRPG, which I did an unboxing of its collector's edition, and I love that game. I can't not love that game. Like, I can grind on that game for hours. In fact, that's what I usually do, is I listen to a podcast, I turn on the game, and I'm like, okay, let's grind. And I grind up, and it's just so fun. Like, I've completed the Street Pass stuff, like the town and stuff. I completed that long ago, because I started out with 20 villagers. But, anyway, it's just such a fun game. I would highly recommend it if you're into RPGs at all, because that game is so scalable. Like, you can set it to any difficulty you want. I have it personally on hard because I love playing JRPGs and RPGs and stuff like that. But I just love that game. It is so good. I would highly recommend it because you can tailor it to your experience level. Like, if you're not that good at RPGs, you can set it to easy, set the enemy encounter rate to negative 50, and so then you'll get a few battles and stuff like that. You'll get yourself wet. You'll get your... Oh, good lord, what did I just say? You'll get your feet a little wet. I can't even talk. But, honestly, I think that RPG is just so good. Like, I love it. I love the story. I love the characters. It brings back so many memories of Final Fantasy IV Heroes of Light, which is a spiritual successor to Good Gravy. What is wrong with my voice today? But anyway, that's what I've been playing. I've also been playing Remember Me, which I've only gotten the few bits of it in. And I love that game simply for its, premise and, its uniqueness. The gameplay itself, I mean, the combat system's fine. The platforming is okay. It's not a wonderful game by any stretch of the imagination. It's an okay game, and it's free on PlayStation Plus right now, so if you have PlayStation Plus, go ahead and download it. You will have an okay time, especially right now because there's no games coming out that anyone wants to play. Another game I'm playing is Sorcery Saga Wrath of the Great Curry God, and good lord, what is that? That is basically a roguelike game where you dungeon crawl and level up, but your level ups don't stay with you. The things that do stay with you are your weapon enchantments and stuff. So basically, I've enchanted my weapon to about plus 50, and my shield to about plus, I think, 55, somewhere around that ballpark. And I've been having a fun time with that. Honestly, the only thing I hate about that game is its AI. The AI on that game is so broken. Like, you have this little guy named Q, and he follows you around. But his AI is so bad. Like, he'll get stuck going back and forth in a hallway. He's so bad. I don't know how they didn't catch that when testing it. They were just like, oh yeah, it's fine. Just leave it. And honestly, that's my biggest gripe with it. And the fact that the frame rate slows down, but it's a Vita game, which is kind of dumb in my opinion. I don't know how you can slow down the frame rate on a Vita game when the gameplay otherwise plays solid. I don't know. Maybe they put too many enemies on screen at one time. Maybe they're just like, oh, this is our first game. Let's just put all these enemies here. So I don't know. I'm no game developer, so I don't have any experience with that. But anyway, let's see what else is on my topic list. Actually, that's about it. So let's get up to the upcoming releases in gaming this week, which would be, I believe, March 1st through March 8th. Yes, indeedy. So anyway, what we got is Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition for PlayStation 4 on March 4th. Now, I haven't played this game. I think it was a PC release originally, and it was not that good. So, unless you're willing to buy it, or if I'm wrong, I might want to stay clear of this one, especially because, you're on PlayStation 4, and because it's March, Infamous Second Son comes out, so you might want to just save your money. But anyway, next up we've got South Park, The Stick of Truth for 360, PS3, and PC on March 4th as well. Now, this game actually looks really cool. I've never gotten into South Park myself. I've always been more of a archer, and I don't really watch many adult shows in animation-wise. But honestly, I like the game's idea. It's basically the plot of the game if you haven't heard it by now, which is very few of you. Very few of you have probably not heard of this game at all. But what it is basically that it's a big LARPing game, and it gets out of hand, yada yada yada. Randomness ensues, and crazy things happen. But what I love about this game most is probably its graphics. Its graphics actually look like the show, and the animations and stuff seem pretty spot on, along with its writing. So if you're a South Park fan, I would highly recommend you check it out. You probably already have it pre-ordered by now. And lastly, which is my favorite thing of all, is The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2 for PS3, PC, and I'm guessing Xbox 360 a day earlier. Maybe not, I don't know. It doesn't say on my release thing. But that comes out March 4th, which, booyah! I've been waiting for the second episode of Season 2 to start, and it's finally here! Oh my gosh, I love the Walking Dead games from Telltale. I absolutely love it. I bought the season pass, and so I'm gonna be able to play it right when it launches. It's gonna be like, here you go, here's your second episode, go play it. And I'm like, yay, I get to have a few hours of fun. So yeah, I would highly recommend that if you want to get, if you're interested at all in The Walking Dead, go ahead and download either the first season or the second season. The second season is actually on sale right now for PlayStation Plus. I think it's like, I want to say $2, maybe. I don't know. Not for sure. But I know that and the season pass is actually on sale, along with The Wolf Among Us, and their season pass as well is on sale, which I would highly recommend both those games. So go buy them. Yeah. Just if you got extra pocket change in your PlayStation account, if you got PlayStation Plus, go ahead and check it out. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, go ahead and check it out anyway, because I think they also have a pretty good deal. But anyway, guys, that's about going to do it for this episode of Saturday Night Card Fight. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic day. Hey, we almost made it to 30 minutes. That's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, if you have a idea of something you want me to talk about, comment down below. Tell me all about it. I'll be like, sure. So anyway, guys, I'm Ultramatic64. Remember, don't feed those parasprites. And as always, happy gaming. I'll check you guys on the flip side. Bye!